Hello and welcome back to the Footballing Question podcast. It's been a while, but we're finally back in the studio after, 2 weeks away? Yeah. Maybe a bit longer. And even a bit longer, we're all in the studio at the same time, because Ashley wasn't in the full episode last time.
Too late today either.
Yeah. We tried to fill the gap. I did a little video covering our predictions and how we did. Any thoughts on that, boys?
I am the champion.
He's the champion by 1 point, basically down to the fact that he predicted Man United would get top four, which is respect. He got his team right.
I would argue, out of the three of us, predictions king is sitting right here.
It was pretty, Jordan, I hate to break it, was pretty tight between me and you.
Guess what? I still won. It was pretty tight between Man City and Arsenal this season, but who won the league?
Okay, fine. One thing I've got to respect is that one of us, despite losing, is the only one who got someone to go down correct, which is Ashley. He's the only one who predicted Leeds would go down, which is respectable. You didn't get 3 points for it because you put them in the wrong position, but...
Oh, for God, let me on.
Yeah, but I was giving you credit. You got it right, and we all pretty much got Everton pretty much near enough bang on because we all just knew they'd be awful.
Did we all get them in the right place?
He didn't, but we all pretty much had them near enough the same position.
Let's just get on with the episode.
But yeah, that's what's happened.
They can check out the video.
You can check out the video, check that out, see what howlers we've gone. This guy has 5 of them, but we've all got at least 3.
Man City third.
That's one. Yeah. You did have Man City third.
Who was first?
You put Liverpool. You put Chelsea second.
Yeah, no, that was the worst.
That was the worst one. Anyway, let's get on with the episode. Start off. This is the opening question. What is your moment of the season now that it's over?
As an Arsenal fan, my moment of the season was beating Man United 3-2 at the Emirates.
Really?
No, honestly, that was my highlight of watching us. I was so passionate about it on the day. I think I watched it with other Man United fans in the same room, and it was just a lovely feeling. I love beating Manchester United. That Nketiah goal, it was a last-minute goal at the time. We hadn't experienced Reece Nelson yet, and beating Man United compared to Bournemouth. I know you're going to bring up Reece Nelson. That's my moment as an Arsenal fan. I've got another one to mention though. Brighton getting Europe is pretty mental.
As a moment,
as a moment,
drawing against City.
Yeah,
because that is the day it happened.
I literally have written down when they played the Europa League thing around the stadium when they confirmed it.
No, it's good.
To be fair, they secured European football the week before when they beat Southampton.
But that was guaranteeing Europa League. That was it guaranteed 6.
But they had that pretty much guaranteed anyway. They had 20+ goal difference on Aston Villa. So it was done.
The one nice thing is that it meant on the final day they knew they had 6th, and they just went, you know what, we can have a nice day out and just let Villa win. And I'm pretty sure at the end of the game they were both kind of cheering each other on, and it was very positive atmosphere. Yeah, they were both like, we got 6th, you got 7th, Spurs got nothing. Have a good day.
Exactly. And Arsenal have had a great season, and Manchester United as well. But I think the story of the season is Brighton. I think
100%.
The way they've climbed up, and they've got Europa League for next season. That's going to be mental. And their recruitment. It's just they're a great club.
Jordan, what is your moment of the season?
Other than Brighton, obviously, I've got Brighton written down, but I also thought from a Man United standpoint as well. Winning the League Cup was great. Beating Liverpool at the start of the season. We've had some decent moments. I've written down here, though, my number one Man United moment for this season is beating Man City 2-1 in the league. I don't really care how controversial the result and the goals might have been, but for me, there's nothing like beating your biggest rivals.
You say you beat Liverpool at the start of the season. Did you beat them at Anfield as well later on?
No. I'll be honest, speaking about my moments of the season, I had a few shortlisted. One was the 7-0. Another one for me was the worst weekend VAR has ever faced, when Brighton, Arsenal and someone else, I think West Ham, all had some absolute howlers on the same day. And I also had, as a potential one, the Bournemouth winner. I think that is just it's the latest late winner you can get, 97th minute, off a corner. Reece Nelson, player from the academy, doing it. But my moment of the season wasn't on the pitch, it was off it. And it was in a press conference room in the St Mary's Stadium. And it is Antonio Conte's absolute meltdown selling the club out. Anyway, those are our moments of the season. Let's just talk about things that have happened since. Obviously, we've had the Premier League finish. Brighton, as we've mentioned, have got Europa League football. Villa have got Conference League football. Spurs have got nothing. Chelsea have got nothing. And if West Ham lose on Wednesday, Arsenal are the only London club in Europe.
That's mental.
Which is mental. However, at the same time, I do kind of want West Ham to win. It's a nice thing. it kind of buries Tottenham a little bit more, knowing that they're not getting European football, but West Ham are. Newcastle got Champions League. We all had a nice time. I don't know if by the time the last episode came out, Arsenal had bottled the league, but they have now. They lost to Forest, and that confirmed it all. But at the end of the day, we only finished I think 4 points off them or 5 points off, because City didn't win their last 2 games, which is respectable. And it's made 10 years time. The table this season will look like Arsenal got a lot closer than they actually did. Yeah, because of the amount of points we dropped.
We fell off a lot at the end, but I feel like that story was kind of swept under the carpet a long time ago now, and it's...
Yeah, we bought the league we bought the league a month and a half ago. We can forget about it. It's fine. But yeah, obviously things have happened. City won the league, and on the weekend they won the FA Cup final. Jordan, do you want to speak through what that was like for you?
Where do I begin? Really,
that Gundogan goal would be a good start.
Yeah. Well,
13 seconds in. Yeah.
I don't know if it's what took longer, us to mention the Gundogan goal or the Gundogan goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those goals where you just have to sit back and go, oh my god, what a goal!
And it wasn't even your fault. It just
It just happened. Yeah. Like the thing is, it's so hard to prepare for something like that, because I can imagine Ten Hag, you've prepared for this final, you're going, right, we've beaten them already. Tactically, you've probably got to set up, and then to concede 13 seconds in. Suddenly it's like, okay, we didn't plan for that. And then the tactics go out the window and you can't really build on that.
However, I would argue Manchester United were the better side in the first half. But our chances created, I think we played the better football. We controlled the possession. It's just we didn't have that final pass to get through and take the shots on. Although at the end of the first half, the chances created were near enough even. Maybe City had 1 or 2 more, but they were near enough even. I think Man United were more in control than City come the end of the first half, and we got our goal. And from the penalty spot, sure, but we'll take it. And I thought going into half time 1-1, that is not bad. That's decent, and it could have pushed us on, but then City came out in the second half and were Man City and just completely dominated. And then obviously Gundogan scores a wonder goal again, I'd say. A fantastic goal.
I mean, I think it's really good from Gundogan, but I know on the day you weren't too positive about it.
No, I mean, because I think the defending was poor. The fact that Gundogan has that much space and time to watch the ball come down and hit it the way he did, we should have been defensively better. I think Varane could have done a little bit better to block it, but I mean, that's nothing. And De Gea gets a hand to it. It's just not a strong enough hand to stop the ball from going in the back of the net. So there we go. I think we made the wrong substitutions as well. We took the first substitution we made was taking Eriksen off for Garnacho, and Garnacho coming in was the right decision, I think. But Sancho was dreadful the entire game. I think our attacking options were all dreadful, to be honest. But yeah, Sancho needed to come off, I think, and we kept him on the pitch a bit too long. But basically, I think it definitely could have gone either way in the first half, but second half, City were just all over us, and realistically they deserved to win. But I know for a fact that Manchester United will come back from it better. Ten Hag as well, after the game, made the players stand on the pitch, watch them lift the trophy as a thing to go, remember this, you're down here, you've done really well to get here, but you didn't win. Watch them lift the trophy so that you can go on next season. And I think Ten Hag has had a fantastic season, fantastic first season. So it's only looking up from here. Shame about the result. I was gutted, obviously.
I mean, I was gutted as well. I don't want Man City to win this treble.
Here's the thing. I didn't want Man United to win the FA Cup, because if they win 2 trophies and get 4th, I think winning the League Cup...
We got 3rd.
I think winning... Oh, God, sorry, 3rd, sorry. I think winning the League Cup and getting 3rd, here's the thing. I think finishing 2nd is better than winning the League Cup, because guess what?
Let's establish the question.
But here's the thing, if you get 2 trophies and get 3rd, I think that is a better season.
Let's establish the question here. If Manchester United would have won that FA Cup,
that's better season.
They have had a better season than us?
Yes, because the FA, here's the thing, and I think this is objective. There's an objective fact here. Getting 2nd, if Man City win the league, gets you the Community Shield, meaning the FA Cup is valued over finishing 2nd. But the League Cup, by the FA, isn't even in the conversation. So if you'd won the FA Cup, objectively, I think on an objective ranking system,
Yeah.
you have had a better season than us. I think the FA Cup alone and third is better. The League Cup is just not deemed valuable.
I think it's a fair point to make. I think Arsenal had a better season than Manchester United.
Playing wise and
but
story.
I do think Manchester United had a more successful. There's a difference between better and successful. I think Manchester United had a more successful season than Arsenal, but Arsenal had a better season than Manchester United.
But speaking of better seasons, successful seasons, obviously the treble is on the cards now. Yeah. They've got 2 trophies down and they've got 1 game left of the season. They're going to Istanbul on Saturday to face Inter Milan. And your legacy, the Man United's legacy, is 90 minutes away from falling apart.
I don't want it to happen at all.
I don't want it to happen.
Genuinely. It's just this robotic team is going to wipe the floor with English history, and it's one of its most proudest achievements in the sport.
Here's the thing: what if Man City are like this for generations? What if Man City become the team with the most league titles, with the most European success, with the most domestic success in the country? Okay, will you care? Will you be like, yeah, or would we just be like, no, Man United, the biggest club in the country, Liverpool?
Well, realistically, let's be honest, if they have the most trophies overall, the most domestic success, the most league success, the most European success, even, unfortunately, we have to sit back and go, well, then they're the best team.
Yeah, but are they a bigger club? Because I don't think, even if in 10 years' time, if they won 8 of the next Premier Leagues and I don't know 2 Champions Leagues as well, they're still not big. They won't be a bigger club than Manchester United still, and that shows what they're about.
Look, so obviously we're all kind of supporting Inter Milan. I mean, I've made that a little bit obvious with the shirt I'm wearing it. What are your score predictions for the final?
Jesus Christ!
I mean, predicting, if I was putting money on it, Man City are going to batter them, right? And it's going to be the most boring final ever. Man City, it's like the Man City versus Watford FA Cup final a couple of years ago. We're just going to wipe the floor with them. But, my heart wants to tell me that Lukaku's going to score a hat-trick and City are going to crash out.
I'll tell you what my heart is telling me right now, right?
I know who.
I think Man United didn't beat City. They didn't do it. That's it. The treble's still on. But, former Manchester United players eating at that Inter Milan squad.
Former Arsenal players as well.
I mean,
Henrik Mkhitaryan
for us as well. Lukaku, Matteo Darmian, masterclass. Yeah. My heart is telling me that they have enough fight in them, but I think Man City are too strong.
You've also got an ex-City player up front, Edin Dzeko.
Yeah.
And he scored in the semi-final.
If they win the treble, it's kind of your fault. Like, we tried. You had your match.
No, but winning.
It's your
look, actually, I want to say, winning the league title, as hard as it is, they did do the double over us.
They had an easier.
But at least beat them this season.
They had an easier chance of stopping City.
No, you're just trying to say things to get.
No,
he's right. He's planning TikToks as we speak.
There's nothing on my laptop. I'm the most unprepared person for this episode. No, I'm thinking about it. Right? Okay. An FA Cup final an FA Cup final is much easier to get to than winning the Premier League, right? Correct? We're all in agreement?
Yes.
Obviously. Yeah. Okay. You had your chance. If you wanted to stop them, beat them on Saturday, and you've let them walk into this, and now they've got a treble on hands. You should have stopped them.
You say that.
Stop moaning.
Look, anyway, let's
hold on.
Okay.
Can we just say, right? You were top of the league for how much of the season?
248 days.
Probably
that was nearly a question on the quiz.
Probably about 95% of the season.
84.
Well, there you go. You had it. You had it there. You cannot say that Man United are the only reason.
You had one match.
Okay, yeah, but then so if Inter Milan failed to beat Man City, it's their fault that they won the treble. Well, there you go. You can't really. Real Madrid.
You're the ones that have to defend it.
I don't want to say this, right? But if we take the overall table into the conversation, we finished, I think, 4 or 5 points off them. I think 4. If we had done the double over them, that is a 12-point swing, and we finish above them. So
Yes,
head-to-head
in a
games
way,
did bottle it.
In a way, yes. Manchester United are part of the reason that Man City are winning this treble. However, so is
That swings
Arsenal.
the gap by
So
12.
is
They
Real
drop
Madrid.
6, we gain 6.
So
If
might
they
be
drop
Inter
6, we
Milan.
gain 6. We're on 90 plus. They're on like 85.
All right.
If we bottled it on head to
Let me
head.
finish my outrageous point here.
The lights.
In 10 years' time, or 20 years' time,
Yeah.
20 years' time, we're going to look back and they're going to go, oh, Manchester City got the treble one time. Oh, who did they come up against the final? Who tried to stop them?
I'll be honest,
let me finish. Manchester United. Oh, you'd think they'd put up a fight. I mean, come on.
Here's the thing. I can vouch for this actually, because I had a conversation with Jordan about the
gonna
treble
leave us.
last night. And I went, who did you play in the final day to win the treble, to win the league that season? And it's the one that everyone forgets about because it's not a final.
Yeah.
Like, we faced each other and no one remembers it. Arsenal, if they won on the final day and they didn't win, would have won the title. And they went 1-0 down. There was about 20 minutes where Arsenal were winning the league that season.
Here's the thing, right?
No one remembers.
You're saying about this, right? What is the most iconic moment from that treble winning season? What is the moment where we look back on that goes, that was the treble?
The moment,
Champions
the
League
actual
final.
moment.
The
There was
Champions
this-
The moment.
There was
League
this
final.
one game about 4 games into the season.
Okay, I'll be honest. There's two
Champions League
there's two moments that stick out to mind: the Ollie goal and the Giggs semi-final goal.
Semi-final.
Not the final. Who did you play in the final?
So, like,
Who did you play in the
realistically, right?
Newcastle.
Inter Milan will be. We shouldn't be talking about this. This is a ridiculous thing to say.
Look,
yes, we're partial.
No, but let's just all predict Inter Milan win and manifest it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm going to say City go 1-0 up, Inter Milan get a dodgy equaliser, and then in the 94th minute, Dzeko sticks a leg out.
What I wouldn't give.
2-1.
Balotelli's still not out into Milan.
No.
If we're being realistic, Man City are going
If
to
we're
win
being
like
realistic,
3-4
realistic, it's like 3-1 City.
Yeah.
I
But-
said 3-1 City on the weekend.
That'd be a dark day, wouldn't it?
Yes.
If they win the treble, I think almost every single football fan who doesn't support City in England has to wear black for like a week.
Yeah.
Away from the Premier League, next season our 20 teams are fixed. We know who's gone down and we now know who is going up. Luton won the playoff final. We've got Burnley who won the title and Sheffield United
Who won the second place trophy?
who won the second place trophy. That is correct because
Right,
everyone
well.
gets a trophy for going up. So now we're just going to talk about who we think is going to do the best. How are the 3 teams going to do in the Premier next
I
season?
think everyone's going to be quite quick to write off Luton Town and just go, yeah, they're not cut out for the Premier League. But when you look at it, right, they've risen from the National League all the way to the Premier League. They've risen from non-league all the way up to the top now. To get that far, they've had a system of progression and they know what they're doing. They know how to stay in divisions and then get promoted from divisions quickly enough for them not to fall back down again. So I think Luton Town will stay up.
You think?
I think it could go one or two ways with Luton Town. I think one way is they surprise everyone. They do a Forest stay
Yeah.
up. They do a Wolves. They Brentford.
I mean,
you know.
Wolves is something else. Wolves
yeah,
is something
obviously,
else
but,
entirely.
You know, they stay up and they look comfortable. I see them getting some shock results across the season.
I think
can
even if
see
they
them
go
beating-
down, I think they get a few short results.
I can see them beating some big sides.
I
next
think
season.
one of our sides, at least one
Is
of our
losing.
sides, is losing 1-0
Yes,
at Kenilworth
100%.
Road next season.
100%.
100%. If we play them on, I saw as soon as they went up, I saw 100 Arsenal fans tweet. I wonder who will randomly play Luton away on the first day on a Friday night. Who could guess? It's going to be us. But
as I was saying, I think it could go one of two ways. They could do really well and stay up, or they finish bottom of the league and they just look dreadful.
I don't think they're doing a derby. I'm going to be honest. I don't think they're doing a derby.
I think-
It takes effort to be that bad. Honestly.
I feel like we say every season.
There's going to be a derby.
there's
There's
gonna
going to be a derby. I
team.
think we've now realised football has just progressed to the point where like you have to be, you can't. No one is 11 points bad. No one's that bad.
When Brentford first came up, because I think Luton Town are quite similar to Brentford in the fact that their model was quite good and they know how to get through the divisions.
And haven't been in the Premiership really.
When Brentford came up, I think in our predictions video I predicted them to stay up quite comfortably.
And
And
we
I feel like
both-
you two both said go down. I
Yeah.
think you both did.
I feel like first season everyone said Brentford would go down.
I didn't. I firmly did not. No, and what I'm trying to say is,
fact check that.
I swear to God, no, I think really high.
I think he did. He did put them up.
Stupidly high.
Because he did 2 predictions, which we laughed at. One was Wolves to go down and Brentford to go up, and they'd get pretty close. And we were like, okay, Brentford we respect, but Wolves had an absolute howler. And then this season, you did the opposite. You said Wolves do really well, and they were actually flirting with relegation the entire season. But yeah. But yeah, you've always been a big fan of Brentford.
So I'm taking this model with Luton. I think they're going to stay up. But moving on, gut feeling, Sheffield United going down and Burnley staying up.
I think Burnley. I've never been more sure of a team. Actually, no. Wolves was the most sure I've ever been of someone staying up. Wolves, I genuinely thought top 10 as soon as they got promoted because they had Ruben Neves was the captain of Porto and was playing in the Championship. I was like, yeah, they're fine. And then with Burnley, with the setup they've got, if they get some of those loanees and make them permanent, which I think they can do, I don't know what's going to happen with Harwood Bayless if he's going to stay at City or not. If they can make a few of those permanent, which I think they've got the power to do with Company in charge. He's not gone to Tottenham. He's staying there, giving them that season. I think they are safe. I don't think they're flirting with relegation at all.
Yeah, I think solid mid-table for Burnley next season. I'm thinking one of those sort of
12th.
Mid-table obscurity sort of thing,
Palace
just
Chelsea
fade into the Palace just fade into the abyss. I think Burnley will be a similar team.
Yeah,
and Burnley,
get a few good results.
Burnley are our bogey team and have been for years, really.
So is Vincent Kompany doing the double?
Bogey team, not yours.
Trust me,
they are not our bogey team. We're their bogey team. The amount of last-minute winners we've got against them is actually criminal.
I have actually watched us batter them in the Emirates.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they'll be fine. It won't be anything spectacular, but yeah, I see them staying up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's sort of... I feel like Burnley are a team that are they're sort of they're in the Prem. Well, that's nice, isn't it? It's just they belong in the Premier League.
They were there. They had such a long run. They became part of the furniture. And I was annoyed. I didn't want them to go down last year. So to see them come back up the way they have, and also to see them go up in a completely different way. They've gone down and gone, right, we are changing everything at the club.
I'm going to save you quickly. You're going to annoy you. Your hair is doing a madness and you're going to get really annoyed when you...
Oh, thank Christ.
But I've got a question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's been there for 5 minutes. What did you boys think of... Because these sides, Sheffield United haven't been in the... Well, they were recently in the Premier League. Burnley haven't been in the Premier for a few years. Luton have never been in the Premier League. What did everyone think? Because when it got announced who was definitely going up, all the 20 teams, there was this picture floating around Twitter, and everyone was going, "Oh God, that looks like an awful Premier League season." And there's all the teams and stuff. And did you see this?
Yeah.
But people just kind of not that fussed that Luton are in it and things like that. And it looks rubbish.
I like it. League. The Premier League shouldn't be the same teams going up, the same teams going down. Who cares that Norwich didn't go up? Guess what? They didn't go up. They don't deserve to be there. And
exactly.
I always want every year at least one new team who hasn't been in the Prem or hasn't been in the Prem in a while. Mm-hmm. And when I saw the playoff final, I thought, brilliant. Coventry or Luton. Coventry, I think, were in the Premier League until the late 90s. Luton, they have been in the top division. I don't know if they were in the Premier League.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But either way, neither have been in the top division for ages, near enough over 20 years at least for both sides. And that would have been so good for the league. And both stories were great. And that's why I wanted Forest to go up last year, and I was so glad they finally did it. And, Sheffield United, when they went up, they hadn't been in the Prem for the best part of 16 years. And we do want that. It's rejuvenating. It's like new teams, new stories, new cultures, new grounds.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. With Luton,
no
one really knows what's happening with their stadium.
They need to invest about 10 million.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say the classic Twitter going, "Oh my God, this is their away end. Have you seen it?"
No, but honestly, so I know they have to invest a lot of money into it if they can use it. I think the backup option is playing at Stadium MK.
Well, you're local.
I think either way, I'm going to try and
do
Luton away.
Well, you're not too far, are you? So
yeah, no, I think either way, I'm going to try Luton away next season because I think that's sort of a bucket list thing. If Luton stay in their stadium that they have right now, I think it's sort of a bucket list thing, like a football bucket list to go do Luton away because of how iconic it's become.
How many seats are available, Jordan?
4.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: it's getting all this crap as a stadium from the Premier League. But we never got this when Bournemouth went up, did we?
Yeah,
I don't think that's particularly.
I mean, it's a better stadium. It is
Yeah.
a much better stadium.
It's
than
a smaller,
Luton.
bit more modern stadium, isn't it?
I guess there's more infrastructure.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point.
Yeah, exactly.
But
You haven't got to walk past like Jackie next door. To
look, yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll develop it and make it better. But I think they want to keep it a bit the same because that's what kind of makes it a tougher place to go when you have grounds like that. Like I love grounds like that stay a little bit small, like have a small pitch, like Loftus Road.
Yeah.
Like
Stamford Bridge?
or whatever it's called now. Stamford Bridge, tiny. It is actually a relatively small pitch.
I think the ground could come into a massive effect with Luton because if they
Don't play there.
if they don't play there, I think they go
I
down.
think they go down. Yeah.
I genuinely think they go
I
down.
think Forest, a massive part of their season was their home form, and Forest, by all means, with the way they played the season, the football they were playing, I've looked at the stats and like expected points had them bottom, but they finished 16th, and a massive part of that is just good home results.
Well, you look at Sheffield United when they stayed up the time before.
Barely anyone got a win at Bramall Lane.
Yeah, exactly.
I think City scraped past them, I think, but most top 6 sides failed at Bramall Lane. It was very similar to the way Brentford came up, and I think the teams, I'm so convinced about Burnley. There's no conversation about Burnley. We are all thinking they're safe. They won't even be in the conversation for relegation. I think the other two will be in the conversation for relegation, but I don't think neither are set dead bottom. I don't think neither are definitely going down.
No,
and I think, I'll be honest, with the teams going up, I think Luton, because it's their first season in a while in the Prem, they're gonna give it a go. They are going to try and do whatever they can to stay up. They know realistically that's what they've got to do.
We haven't really talked about Sheffield United.
Yeah, because we don't really know much about them.
I think Sheffield United are going.
You've got Paul Heckingbottom in charge. They've changed a few players around.
I think out of the 3, Sheffield United are most dead on to go straight back down.
Okay.
Without question.
I mean, I think because Sheffield United finished second, they had a quite good season points-wise. I don't know if they'll want to make that many signings. And historically, as the playoff winners, I think Luton are going to spend a load of cash.
But I think Sheffield United are pretty. I would say right now are pretty nailed on to go down.
I mean, that's your opinion. I mean, I think I'll be honest. I do see them the most likely to go down because Luton, there's almost because they've done the playoff, because they've done it that way. It's such an uplifting thing to do, and the influx of money, and that they probably. And the thing is. They did actually finish third. They didn't finish 6th and win playoffs. They did outright finish third. Mm-hmm. And if you watch the final, they were the better side. And it's going to be interesting to see how they do. But I think with Sheffield United, I think we know the least about them because there's no real story. With Burnley, it's a massive culture change. They win the title. With Luton, it's the progression from non-league. And with Sheffield United, they've been in the Championship for a few years. They lost the playoffs last year, finished second.
Yeah.
I think. I quite like Bramall Lane.
I like it. It's a good ground.
Nice, but I just think no.
I'd like all of them.
They'll go down. I think.
I want every year. I want the newly promoted to stay up. I view it as recycling. Just like let's just keep the cycle going. And I'll be honest. I'm sick to death of the last 2 years of Everton staying up. I want them to go down.
That's 1 out of 3.
Okay.
You've got to fill the other 2 spaces.
Okay, let's fill the other 2 right now before we change on to the debate. What are the other 2 teams we've got? We all want Everton to go down. Let's be honest.
Everton down.
Wolves, for my prediction. I'll be honest. I think Forest are down next season.
Okay.
Potentially.
I think Forest are down next season.
And who else?
Let's have a look.
They finished 15th.
Oh, Bournemouth still in the league. Shock Crystal Palace relegations.
No, they've got 2 good players. They've got 2 good players.
I think the competition will be a little bit too much for Sheffield United this year.
I don't think all 3 are staying up. I think of the teams that are in the league, I think only one of them goes down of the newly promoted. And
1 or 2.
And we're saying Sheffield?
Yeah. Then Everton.
Then Forest.
Yeah, Forest.
I think Forest are going down next season. But look, we'll do our prediction, I think. Our full prediction video pretty much as soon before the first game as possible. That's what we did last time.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously, I think last year was a bit biased because we couldn't get, United hadn't even signed Casemiro or anything. Yeah. So if you had, I would have probably put you 4th. But
I mean, if I found about all of Chelsea signings, they wouldn't have come second.
They would have come first. Jordan's Fact of the Week. Yes. Jordan's Fact of the Week is back. Obviously, last episode we did the 1 year of Jordan's Fact of the Week quiz, and you both did quite badly, didn't you?
I won.
You won,
By a
but
point.
But 2?
was it really that great?
I think he got 1. I got like 3.
So I'm quite disappointed, but you guys are going to have to start paying attention. And so I thought I'd start this next evolution of Jordan's Fact of the Week with a very, very good
I
fact.
thought we cancelled it.
Cancelled it.
We're not cancelling it.
It's the
taking
best.
it off the
It's the best segment of the episode, right?
Rubbish.
So, Jordan's Fact of the Week this week revolves around the transfer window. Obviously, transfer window is almost open.
Really?
And over the years, we've had some weird transfers in football. So, Jordan's Fact of the Week this week is around the transfer of Daniel Allen.
Could you say, did you know?
Did you know?
Okay.
Did you know?
Just, I'm setting it up. Don't worry. It's around the signing of Daniel Allende from Central Espanyol to Rentistas, right? And did you know Rentistas agreed to sign Allende for 550 steaks, yet the meat? But that's not all. The fee was set to be paid weekly, 25 steaks a week for the signing of Allende.
I'd take that.
25 steaks a week?
I would take that. I'd love 25 steaks a week.
So
Personally.
there you go.
I mean,
What year was this?
I wouldn't ask for it. I
haven't got it yet.
wouldn't ask for it as a fee, but if someone offered it, I'd be tempted. I mean, I remember when Sean Dyche was asked about Nick Pope's fee during lockdown, and he went, "Well, if you offered me a pint at a bar and a packet of crisps, I'd be tempted to sell Pope."
But there you go. That's Jordan's Fact of the Week.
Hey you!
Yeah?
Yes, you!
How did you get in my house?
Do you like YouTube?
Yeah?
Sometimes find it a bit dull?
No, I love YouTube.
Then you should subscribe to the Football in Question YouTube channel.
Why?
They've got podcast clips, original content, and also they have your family hostage.
What?
Like I said, subscribe now!
If you want to see your family again, subscribe now.
Mum?
We are now going to move on to the debate. And this week's debate, as it's the end of the season, we haven't done it yet, we need to do it now. We are going to do our Premier League team of the season, going from goalkeeper up to the striker positions.
Positions.
We're
We are thinking, we're not sure on the formation, right? We are.
I think it
weirdly,
changes it completely for me.
4-3-3 or 4-4-2. He wants 4-3-3.
I want 4-3-3.
I want 4-3-3 as well. Do you know what? You're outvoted. We're going 4-3-3.
No, listen to me.
No,
We have to
I
have
think
two strikers.
I think we just go through our teams and then go from there.
Okay, so realistically, goalkeeper. Let's all
We all
start.
have a goalkeeper.
Who is in goal? Jordan, start us off.
So for me, I think the goalkeeper has to go to the person that conceded the least amount of goals. Not the most clean sheets. I would say David De Gea
Who
he
conceded-
did get the most clean sheets this season. But there are two goalkeepers that conceded the least amount of goals this season, and that is Edison and Nick Pope. And I think for the season as a whole, I think for me, Nick Pope is my goalkeeper in the team this season.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I touted Edison as underrated a couple of weeks ago. Was it underrated? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. And everyone laughed at me.
No, I think we said overrated.
Oh, and I
then
argued
you
against
argued against it. Yeah.
and said, you know, I mean, it's conceded less goals. I know what I was on about. Anyway, enough of me. Yeah, Nick Pope.
For me, I've decided to go for Alisson. Statistically, he is the goalkeeper which has prevented the most goals. And as a goalkeeper, that is your job. And he has pretty much... If they had a different keeper, any other keeper from the league, I think they do way worse. They don't even... I mean, they had a late push for Champions League. Without Alisson, I think there's a chance they finish closer to Tottenham. He was keeping them at least... He was the only positive, consistent vibe out of Liverpool for the entire season. I mean, obviously, you've both gone for Pope, so I'm guessing with Pope.
It's a fair point, Alisson, but you're not getting ahead of Pope.
Yeah, I've got a couple of honourable mentions.
He's a better keeper.
Alisson.
Can we just say, as a player, he's a better keeper than Pope?
Yeah.
But not this season.
Okay.
But honourable mentions wise, Alisson is one, Edison is probably one as well.
Okay.
But Nick Pope has to get in.
All right. So we starting right back or left back? Which side are we?
Left back.
We're going left back
Go
first.
left, right, left. That's how it works.
Left back first. I think there's 3 players in the conversation here, but I'm just going to go with one of my own. I was about to take the badge, but then I realised I'm wearing an Inter kit. So I'm going to go Alexander Zinchenko. I think he's had a phenomenal season. I think the impact he had on Arsenal and our style of play, I mean, statistically, it doesn't really pop up that much, but just the way he enables us to move through teams, the way he joins the midfield, he's impacted our style of play and enabled us to go on the title charge. So Zinchenko's in there for me.
For me, it's so hard not to. Like, I really wanted Stupiñán to get in there, but I don't want him to get in there more than Zinchenko. So.
Exactly.
Zinchenko's had a phenomenal season, arguably signing of the season, and he has just been terrific. He's been one of the best players in the world this season.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with Zinchenko, to be honest, because it's pretty obvious that you two are going for him, so
yeah.
they're getting in anyway.
Yeah.
So in terms of like mentions, Zinchenko obviously, Stupiñán. I've written here Luke Shaw has had a fantastic season. He's proved his versatility going forward and defensively, slotting in at centre back across the entire season. I think has been one of Manchester United's better players this season. So I think Luke Shaw deserves a mention, but. It's clear that Zinchenko is getting in. So.
Luke Shaw is a decent shout, obviously, with his versatility this season. One player which I also want to mention before we move on is Nathan Ake.
Yes.
I think he's had a really impressive... No one really thought he could be in that starting lineup, but I think this season he's a big reason as to why they've won the title. In that, in a moment where they needed him, he was absolutely superb this season at left back. So now let's go across the back line.
Yeah.
2 centre-backs at once.
Should we do left centre back first? Should we do a left centre back and then should we pick a left-footed centre back?
No, let's just pick. Let's just pick.
The best
Look,
centre-backs.
just what are your 2 centre backs? Go. Who are your 2 centre backs, Jordan?
My 2 centre backs that I've gone for are Ruben Diaz and Botman. So I think Ruben Diaz is City's best defender. I think he has had a fantastic season, incredible, and Botman has been a fantastic player at Newcastle, so I think definitely gets in there as well. I think these two are pretty much nailed on. There's a few players we could mention, so I'm expecting to hear a Saliba.
No, let me pick them first.
Yeah, you go.
Steal my picks for him.
Yeah,
right in front of my eyes.
Honourable mentions.
No, I mean, Sven Botman for me has to get in there. Okay, he's written on. I don't think anyone's disagreeing with that. Ruben Dish though. I think
Ruben Dish. I mean, it's actually closer to the pronunciation, correct?
For me, Lewis Dunk is in over him. For me, it's Botman and Dunk. That's my pick.
I
I don't see how Lewis Dunk doesn't get in the team.
I don't see how Lewis Dunk doesn't get in over someone who had a massive impact on their team, came in this season, and the second they went out, the team fell apart, and that is William Saliba.
Yeah,
For me,
it's a good point.
For me, I mean, I wanted to go Gabriel as much as I can, but the point is, it's so clear to see the second Saliba left that team, the drop-off was unimaginable, so I'd go Saliba, and then it's a question of who punts him, and I'd go for Sven Botman alongside him.
I think Botman's nailed on.
Botman's nailed on. We've all gone Botman.
This is really difficult.
So the options are Dunk, Diaz, and William Saliba.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I'm going to be honest. As good as a season he's had,
Don't even.
I love Lewis Dunk. He finally got called up for England, and I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy that he finally got called up for him. However,
he's had a better season than Dish. Dish has been there.
Dish!
Why do you keep saying
What are you calling him Dish?
Dish has been there.
It's
Dish
Ruben
does
Dish.
this every single season. It's just a bit boring now. All right, yeah, okay. And there's plenty of other good defenders in that squad.
That's ridiculous. You can't just go, oh, he's been amazing for so long.
Okay, Saliba, Diaz.
No,
or Dunk.
come on. No, I genuinely think there's an argument to say that the impact that Dunk has on Brighton outweighs what Ruben Diaz has done for Man City. That was really hard to say his name there.
Arsenal were ready to get they were on scale, on form to get 95 points. He goes out, they get 10 points less.
When did Saliba get injured?
He got injured early April.
How many games did he miss?
Hold on. I think he missed about 9 in the Prem.
Exactly, he missed 9 games. How many? Lewis Dunk, I'm pretty sure played every single Premier League game. Did Dish as well? I don't know.
Yeah, but he missed the run-in. That's not. He didn't miss half the season. If you're going to talk about missed games,
he missed the crucial part of the season. Saliba is a fantastic centre back, but maybe he's going to go on to have much better seasons in the future because he'll be fit for the whole of it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a case of.
You can't go, William Saliba missed a few games.
Yeah.
He can't be a team this season.
I think someone plays less games, yes they can.
I think you can't say they can be better in next season, but they just don't get in this season because we're talking about the team of this season. And all of these players have been remarkable this season, and to be honest, I don't really care which one of them gets in because whatever happens, they've all had unbelievable seasons.
Dunk has made
Actually,
history.
if Dunk's not, let's just say Dunk doesn't get in. Would you rather Ruben Diaz or William Saliba?
I think there's a pretty obvious answer to that question.
So, if you're going to compromise,
listen. Dunk has made history with Brighton. So, Ruben Diaz has done what Man City do every single season, and I know that is brilliant. Well done, mate. But
that's the weirdest way I've ever seen say he's won the league ever.
It's like you go in 3 years' time, Haaland keeps finishing top goal scorer, and you go, well, Haaland's been. He scored 55 goals.
Haaland just broke his record, got 100 in the Prem. Who cares? Like,
yeah, but he just.
To be fair, I can imagine us talking about it like that. It would just get a bit boring.
Yeah, it would. But what I'm trying to say is, I think the achievement of Lewis Dunk getting Brighton into European football is better than Ruben Dias winning the league with City.
I think Saliba's had a better season than Dunk.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Okay, it's not an issue actually. 'Cause it's really easy to pick between, isn't it?
I think Saliba is a better option than Dunk. Yeah.
I just think Dunk deserves to be in there. But if Saliba wins,
so we are decided.
An honourable mention.
Yeah.
Dunk.
Ruben Dias.
Ruben Dias. I've got Stones has had a great season as well.
Another player which also got injured and impact their side, Sandro.
Martinez, has had a fantastic season. Varane's had a brilliant season. Gabriel is an underrated
Gabriel,
shout.
I wanted to mention him, but the fact that Saliba got injured.
I tried to help. I tried to say, should we put a left-footed centre-back in left centre-back? And you were like, no.
Look, I want to get this debate over and done with. It's going to be a long one.
Yeah.
So let's move on.
Right back is the easiest position on the pitch.
So, 3, 2, 1, Ben White.
Yeah, I think we got to go Trippier.
I think we have to go Trippier. I think he's part of the best defence, and not only is he part of the best defence. Well, I don't think they were the best, because obviously most clean sheets was.
No, but least goals conceded.
Least goals conceded,
Newcastle
and
Man City.
Not only is he part of one of the best defence in the league, but he's also a really good attacking outlet for them. I mean, I know for a fact he was absolutely class my FPL. I did not drop that guy for 1 week. He was amazing. But yeah.
Shame he finished like 22nd in the FPL.
Yeah, it's fine. So
could be worse.
Could have been worse. But to be fair, he did change his team like 5 weeks in.
Like 76th out of 79.
Awful. But yeah, we'll go honourable mentions. Ben White. Pretty much that. They are the only ones who I think were close.
I would like to give an honourable mention to Wan-Bissaka as well.
I don't think he's near team this season though.
Are we going to get a Man United player for every single position as an honourable mention? That's what I'm wondering.
But I think Sancho's an honourable mention.
Let's move on to the midfield.
I think you got to the impact Weghorst had.
Let's move on to the midfield.
There has been a Man United favourite every season, every position so far.
Okay, so we're going into midfield.
Yeah, you did.
His thing. We're going into midfield now, and this is where it's decided. What formation?
I think we just say who is in our midfield, and then.
No, because you can't. It's either 2 or 3.
Either way, we're going to have a 3 or a 2-man midfield. So let's just decide on 2, and then we can decide if we're going to have a 3 compared to who we're going to have.
Basically, we are going to decide: do you want a DM,
that means
or do you want a striker?
Well, so is everyone.
Okay, so let's just pick our 2 centre mids or number 10s or whatever.
Yeah, let's just pick 2 that are definitely in the midfield. Midfield.
Okay, I'm going to go for my 2. Okay, Martin Odegaard and Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, they're mine too as well. Martin Odegaard and Kevin De Bruyne have to get in.
John?
De Bruyne, let's at least big them up. Odegaard's 15 Premier League goals.
He's equaled the record of most non-penalty goals by a midfielder, held by Yaya Toure.
Kevin De Bruyne at 16 assists.
And De Bruyne, I think.
He is. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne. There's an argument for him to be. I mean, he is the best midfielder in the world at the moment. Surely no one's over him. Potentially, he's the best player in the world at the moment. I don't think.
I mean, Haaland.
Yeah. All he does is just poke it in. But anyway, so I'm going
De Bruyne and Jordan.
I do have those 2. My 3rd is Rodri as well, though.
Okay, I thought you were going to go. First of all, can we just give a shout out? Eriksen's had a great season.
although, not Eriksen, Casemiro.
Here's the thing. I think his form towards the end of the season in the Premier League, and also the suspensions at a crucial point in the season.
But we got Saliba in. Yeah, Saliba missed more games than
Casemiro. It wasn't because he made a stupid challenge against Crystal Palace, though, was it?
Dunk should be in.
That's a ridiculous statement.
Well, look, okay, fine. We don't even know if we're doing
it. Should be in.
No, we don't even know if we're doing it. Look, fine. Casemiro is a very.
Dunk gets in. Casemiro.
No, we still don't know if we're playing a DM. So we are agreed. Odegaard and De Bruyne.
Yes.
Those are the 2.
I think the 2, to be honest. If I had to pick 2, if we're going 4-4-2 and I had to pick 2, I'd go De Bruyne and Rodri.
Nah.
Yeah. He's got a very good
You can't ignore Martin Odegaard.
I'm not ignoring him.
Think about it from like just a different perspective.
Yeah.
I'm not ignoring Martin Odegaard. He's had a fantastic season. But if we're going 2, I've got to pick between Odegaard and Rodri.
Okay, we're going. Okay, that's decided. Martin Odegaard's got to get in. We're playing 3. I'm sorry. This guy loves Harry Kane so much. He wants to get him in. Let's be honest. That's exactly why.
He scored 30 goals.
Yeah. He scored 36 though, did he? So there we go.
Right. Also, can we
Kane on the wing or something.
also do some honourable mentions that aren't Man United players?
What, in midfield?
Oh yeah, I've got some more.
Right.
Caicedo,
Caicedo,
McAllister.
McAllister.
Just Brighton.
Brighton's team is a great honourable mention because none of them are going to get in, but they've had a great cracking season.
Pascal Gross.
I've got another Man United honourable mention. for the
Rice,
Gamaires.
Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton.
Yeah.
You go on.
Bruno Fernandes.
Oh.
Yeah. To be fair, I think with Bruno Fernandes, statistically, it's not been a great season, but it seems like he's created a billion chances, and you've not put them away.
I think the attacking midfield options like this, like going forward, you have De Bruyne, Odegaard, and Bruno Fernandes in as.
Oi, you know about next season? Mason Mount might do a great job for you.
Yeah, but there you go. I just wanted to mention.
He had a good season last year, to be fair.
Bruno Fernandes has had a very good season.
Yeah.
But I think the midfield three.
If we are putting a DM, there was a point in the season where obviously the conversation was Casemiro, Partey, Rodri, and since then it's just been like one got suspensions, one went off form, and the other one just decided to be the best DM in the league. And Rodri has just been the best DM in the league, hands down. So so we're going 4-3-3. Yeah. Okay. Are we going? I'm going to go left wing first, and I'm going to go for Gabriel Martinelli at the left wing. Nearly broke the record for Brazilian for a goal scored by a Brazilian in the Prem in one season, equaling Firmino's record, 15 goals. Yeah. And Ashley, who are you going to go left wing?
Well,
Oh my god! This is ridiculous.
We knew that was going to happen.
It's disgusting.
Can I go for mine before?
No, look. I'm very tempted to go.
We know who I'm going for.
No, I'm very tempted to go Marcus Rashford. I am. That's who you're going for, yeah?
Yes, I'm going for Marcus Rashford. The first Manchester United player to score over 30 goals in all competitions since Van Persie.
It's the Premier League team this season.
Yes,
Premier League.
Yeah.
But it's part of it, isn't it?
Just because he's beaten your club's records doesn't mean he's had a good season. Right?
I mean, he hasn't had a good season. He hasn't had a bad season.
I'm sorry, if Rashford doesn't get in here, it's ridiculous. Rashford is. I think Rashford is like the front. I think the front three is pretty nailed on. The entire front three is pretty nailed on, and that front three has Rashford on the left-hand side.
Ashley, do you want to be a sneaky little boy?
Well, it's difficult. Martinelli is. No, I'm not going to do. I'm not. Look, I'm going to work out in my head before I come.
Martinelli is the biggest honourable mention that I could give, but I'm sorry.
Just could we put Martinelli up front? No,
Did you honestly just consider whether or not? Okay, he can't beat Rashford. Let's see if he beats Haaland. Jesus Christ.
15 goals. Rashford 17 goals.
I'm sorry.
Does 2 goals really decide the position, Isaac?
Sorry.
That's what I'm trying to ask.
Ashley, let's not take the mick here.
I'm going on the Premier League comparison stats here right now.
Let's not take the mick here.
If we go,
Who has the more goals or assists?
This is ridiculous.
Let's wait for him to find out.
So, this season. Oh, that's not right. He's got 15 goals. Yeah, 15. I don't know why, but it said 13 there for a second.
This is actually ridiculous. The fact that this is even in question is ridiculous.
Here's the thing. Martinelli has played one more game. He's got less goals. He's got the same amount of assists. So actually, it is 2 more for Rashford. So I will go Rashford.
Yes.
Rashford goes in at left wing.
That's
a very fair way. That's a very fair way of putting it.
The fact that it was even a debate that's gone on for this long.
There should be a debate. No, okay, yeah, right. Rashford gets in.
Yes, and the rest of the front.
And Martinelli got more yellow cards as well, which is unfair. But yeah, now
say the front three because it's obvious.
What conversation? Are we having a conversation here, or are we just gonna say, okay, so Haaland up front? Honourable mention, Harry Kane. Just missing out.
He's the first name on the bench.
Harry Kane has got many golden boots, but the 2 seasons he's got 30 goals. He's missed out. That's just...
Maybe next year, Harry. Maybe next year.
Depends on if he decides to make a good transfer choice or not.
Let's honourably mention Ivan Toney and Callum Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. They've obviously had a great season. Jesus, if he stayed fit. No, I'm joking. It was okay. He had an okay season.
Obviously, the odds were pretty... decent in Ivan Toney's favour. Do you get it?
Yeah, because he has a gambling problem. Yeah, let's laugh at that, Ashley. You awful man.
But Haaland is obviously.
Haaland isn't literally to score
goals. There's never been a more obvious choice.
Can we just say, right? Can we just go back to the fact that we're saying, right, Haaland, obvious choice, easy. Go back to our signings of the season.
No. Here's the thing. Not just signings of the season. I watched through the prediction video, right? And obviously, when I made the new one, I cut things out because I had to make it quicker. It would have been like 60 minutes if I kept all the original footage. You. I did leave your bit in. You go, Haaland. You judged all of your Man City predictions off of the Community Shield. You went, Liverpool are going to win the league. They won the Community Shield. Nunez scored. He's going to have a great season. Haaland, he must have said, didn't he? I'm not convinced. And then you go positive. You go, I think Haaland's going to have a good season. He's not going to set the world alight. I think he'll get 15 to 20 goals. You go, he's going to have an okay season. Your prediction for Haaland was like my prediction for Jesus. If you want to, and then me, I didn't give any specific number. I was smart. I just went, you know what? He's going to bang the goals in. That could mean anything.
I'm sorry.
So the main conclusion from that
is I'm a genius.
You're a pussy. Put your neck on the line.
Exactly. I've already told him where I'm going to predict Arsenal purely because it's the safest thing I can do.
Third.
Exactly. Because here's the thing. If I don't get, I know.
Come on, Saka right wing.
Saka right wing, yeah.
Yep.
No.
You're not.
Joking.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
obvious.
Bukayo Saka, first player in the league to get double figures on both. Awesome season.
Also, for a winger, I want to mention Trossard actually.
I think genuinely
12 assists. Joint second in the league
for assists. Also, here's the weirdest thing. When he obviously joined halfway through the season. At Brighton, he had 7 goals and 2 assists, and then at Arsenal, he had I think 10 or 11. He had like 11 assists and 1 goal. So it was like he completely reversed the output, and he's had an incredible season.
Are we doing a manager? Because I've written a manager down.
Yeah, I'm down for a manager.
I didn't have a manager down, but screw it, go for it.
I
Are you
haven't
putting
anyone down?
De Zerbi.
Yeah,
manager
right.
of the
That's a
season.
very fair
I think
shout.
De Zerbi has been the most consistent manager in the league this season.
Do you think?
Yes.
I don't. He's my manager of the season as well. Yeah.
What are you going to say then? He's my manager this season, well, but you're wrong. Like, what was your butt
We
there?
are a little bit. Towards the end of the season, they lost like 5-1 to Everton, and then I think it was 5-1 to Newcastle as well.
There was one game in between those games, and it was a 3-0 win at the Emirates. But
I think they've got good results against the Big Six.
Exactly. Yeah.
They've been fantastic all season.
They've beaten Liverpool twice, Chelsea twice. They've done double over as well.
they didn't do double over Liverpool.
I think
They
if
drew
Graham Potter
at
stayed-
Anfield.
No, but
I think if Graham
They beat them
Potter-
twice in the FA Cup.
I think if Graham Potter stayed at Brighton,
don't-
still wouldn't be in this
No,
position.
I mean, he wasn't playing the same system. He wasn't giving players like Matoma minutes just yet. And De Zerbi just kind of came in and hit the accelerate button on their project a bit. And
Graham Potter doesn't have that pizzazz that De Zerbi has.
he's a bit too.
Graham
Potter's too nice. De Zerbi,
Yeah.
he's got the
Zerbi's
style.
like,
He's got the beard. He's got the aggro. It's lovely.
There's obviously some honourable mentions, Pep,
Pep,
Arteta,
and
and
Eddie
Eddie
Howe. Eddie Howe. And
He's had a good season.
Gary O'Neill. Is that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's his name.
Sure.
Oh no, O'Neill deserves a shout because you know what? He came in as an interim and then got a couple of shots and they went, you know what? Let's give him the job. And usually when you give an interim the job, I think you're lazy and you can't be asked to figure out who your next manager is. And you know what? He kept them up and they were safe with about a few weeks to go. Well, not mathematically, but they'd picked up around 40 and that's a pretty good season for Bournemouth considering we all had them rock bottom because they hadn't had a good transfer window and they've done quite well. And with most of those players being in their squad last season, it's relatively qualities. But,
And
at the end of the day,
that's the team of the season.
at the end of the day, we are going to serve this manager. It is now the end of the episode and it's time for the quiz. Haven't done this in a while. And yeah, this is going to be all about the season we've had. Many moments, many interesting things. Some things have gone wrong, some things have gone right, certainly for our teams.
Yeah.
Is it about our teams?
What?
Is it about our teams?
I mean, some questions might, but it's not just about Man United and Arsenal seasons. That'd have been an easier quiz to write.
Yeah.
Bang. Voice break.
Bang! Bang and
We.
ding. Oh, what?
We. Yeah.
All right.
My experience of the heart.
Okay, I'm trying to count how many questions I've got here.
I
1,
always go for a
2,
bit
3,
more.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
If I'm not going to win the quiz,
Okay.
I'd at least like to have a fun buzzer.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
we. All right.
Alright, okay.
Question 1.
You can have it.
By how many goals did Haaland beat Shearer's record this season?
Ooh.
So that is the most goals in a Premier League season. By how many goals? It's also shared by Andy Cole.
Bang. I think 2. I think Shearer got 34. Don't tell me you got 33. That's just going to annoy my.
You're correct.
Oh,
Andy Cole and Shearer's record is 34.
Yeah.
He beat it by 2. You're correct. I did sneak in. He got 36 earlier to get that in your head. So then all you need to do is just subtract whatever you think the record is.
I would have guessed 3. I can't lie.
Yeah.
But fair enough.
So 1-0 to Ashley. 1 question in. Question 2. Who is the only outfield player this season who played the maximum amount of minutes? So if you look at minutes played this season, all the goalkeepers, there's 5 goalkeepers that are tied because they all got, the maximum is 3,420, and there is 1 outfield player who played it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
When he was looking at stats for the team of the season, I saw that he was looking at minutes played.
I don't remember. It's a really obscure player, I think. I feel like I've got.
Yeah.
Is it Gibbs White?
No.
It's someone like that, you know. Someone no one really cares about.
Yeah, it's one of the.
I'm not going to give any hints away.
It's a lower player.
I'm going to give you
I
10
have more
seconds.
ideas, but
1,
I'm not entirely sure.
2, 3.
Bang!
Yep.
Connor Cody.
No, but that is astronomically close. No. Same position, same nationality, same club. It's Tarkovsky. If the FIFA card came up, I'd have thought you were getting the name. Bang on. James Tarkovsky. So close. It's Big Ears himself.
That's so unlucky.
Tarkovsky played the most minutes in the league. Gabriel Magalhaes nearly did, but he got subbed off at home to Crystal Palace, so missed out by 9 minutes. Thanks to us subbing Kivior on that game. But yeah, so it is 1-0, 2 questions gone. Still a lot to play for. Question 3. All 3 promoted sides stayed up this season, but how many times has that now happened in the Premier League? So since 1992, how many times has that happened?
Well, I thought of one season it happened. I feel like it's only.
3.
Oh, just thinking my guess.
Why do you whisper that? Did you
Say it so the mic pick up.
No, that is incorrect. I thought I liked the little bit of science, the pause, that was nice.
All right.
It's not 3, you know that.
So the other season that
3
comes
was
to
a good
mind
guess.
is Brighton, Newcastle and Huddersfield that all stayed up in one season. And I don't think it's happened since then. So there's the 2 in my mind. And it's not 3. I don't think it's only 2. It's got to have happened before. I'm going to say 4.
Correct.
Yes, damn it.
It is correct 4 times.
What were the other seasons?
What?
Do you know the other seasons?
I knew one of them was that, and there's like one in like 2002 and like one in 2005, I think. That was. I am taking my stats from an actual quiz on The Guardian, so if they're wrong, do you know what I mean? Like, don't blame me. Blame the actual journalists who made this quiz. They literally have my dream job, but whatever. Let's go. So 1 question right, 3 gone. Jordan, still a lot to play for.
Yeah.
This season, 1 team put out an entirely British 11. Who was that team?
Ooh.
In the Premier League.
Yeah.
An entirely British 11.
They lost the game, by the way.
Entire British 11, right?
Obviously, it weren't all English. They had some Welsh ones in there.
Yeah.
That is, clues in the question.
Yeah, British, Scottish. Northern. I don't know if they had any Northern Irish players, but entirely British 11.
Bang. Bournemouth.
Incorrect.
That's who I would have
Mate, Philip Billings starts every game, mate.
Right, now.
He's finished, isn't he?
I think it's towards the bottom of the table. I can't lie. It's not Southampton. It's not Everton. It's Everton. Ooh.
Ooh.
Is it Everton?
You got to say your buzzer.
Everton.
Incorrect. It's Nottingham Forest. And they did it early on in the season in their loss at home to Tottenham.
So still 2-1.
Still, it's 1-0.
2-0. No, I've got 2 right now.
2-0.
You better
It is
be
2-0.
Oh, we got 4, yeah. It's 2-0. Damn,
you
crap.
keep it
So it's 4 questions gone. It's 2-0. And now we're going to go
Yeah,
into...
2-1.
Yeah. Question 5. Mitrovic may have set the record for missed penalties in a season by missing 4, thanks to a miss on the final day against David De Gea.
Who actually saved a penalty for once.
I know, you were
Jesus.
surprised. But how many times did Mitrovic score from the spot this season?
Once.
Incorrect.
Bang. 3.
Incorrect.
2.
He scored as many as he missed.
Oh.
4.
They've had 8 penalties at
They
least.
probably had more from that because he had an injury. He had an injury as well. Yeah. Okay, so question 6, still 2-0. Haaland scored 4 hat-tricks in the Premier League, but only one other City player scored a hat-trick this season. Who was it?
Foden.
Correct.
Against Man United.
Yep.
In the 16th.
You conceded 2 hat-tricks in the same game.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So that is 2-1, 6 questions.
Yay, Man United. Thanks, Man United, for letting me have that question.
So it's 2-1 after 6 gone. We're halfway
Have
through.
you got that?
Okay. Question 7. Aston Villa qualified for the Europa League. Oh no, not for the Europa League, for the Conference League. I forgot to put a little word in the middle, Conference League. But in what season was their last European appearance?
Oh my God. Right, no, so you got to think that they went down. They were down for a little while.
I mean, it's not while they were in the Championship, I'll give you that
exactly.
much.
Yeah, this one.
That's not a hint. Like, it's not been in the last 5 years. I mean, you'd know that.
I think I'm going to go for...
We.
Are we going to... Who's close?
He said we.
Yeah, but are we going for...
2009.
2008-9 or 2009-10?
That means it's one of them.
No, it doesn't. I'm just trying to be a dick. Which one?
9-10.
Incorrect.
Also, that should have been 8-9 because it's when they get to you. Oh, yeah, no. Anyway, 1974.
You are way off. If he said 9-10, that is a season off. 10-11.
Oh.
And technically, a year could have been an answer because they didn't play the full season. They got knocked out in the playoffs.
He said, is it whoever's closest?
So,
No,
if
no,
it, Joe what?
Can you confirm that?
I'll-
Don't even.
that would equalise. That would give him an equaliser.
We didn't if I give him an equaliser, I'll still beat him.
Yeah, that's true. Go on.
Go on, do
Joe,
it.
it's my quiz. Screw it. It's 2-2.
How many questions have we got left?
5.
5. Let's go for it.
Okay. And there is a bonus question with the next
I
one.
do think I'm
So,
losing.
which team had the most red cards?
Bang, Fulham.
Way off. Incorrect. Not even second.
Man United.
No. It was Wolves.
Really?
Oh,
Six.
no, I nearly said it. That was the bonus question. I can't say it. I started saying it. It's 6. And the thing is, no player got it twice in their team. There was just Semedo, Diego Costa had to fill in as well and get one.
To be fair, I think Man United have only had one.
Okay.
And the other was too many yellow cards.
Okay. Which player this season scored 2 own goals in the same match? It's only been done by 3 other players in Premier League history.
Yeah.
Jonathan Walters, Carragher, and some other randomer who I forget. Which player scored 2 own goals in the same game?
I think I know. I think I can see this player in my head.
Can you see him?
What is his
I can't see anyone.
You can't see anyone.
I've got someone randomly that's popped into my head.
Come on, you got this, boys.
Oh, I don't know.
Do you know what
My mind's gone blank.
Bang.
Yeah?
I think it's a Leicester player. That's what's in my mind. And I'm going to go...
But a player?
Amati. Daniel Amati.
Incorrect.
I don't think it's a Leicester player. I think it might be a Crystal Palace player.
Okay. Just say a Palace player you know then. It's not hard.
Guay. It's not.
He was actually really close. It was a Leicester player, and it was Ruud Fez when he scored a brace for Liverpool, and they lost 2-1, and they were within 7 minutes of each other.
Fair enough.
Yeah. They could have actually won at Anfield, but
Bugger.
yeah. He actually ended the season on -1 goals because he scored his first goal for Leicester
Twice
on
now
the final day.
You've got the right team. And
Yeah, you could have been way ahead. It's 2-2. We
what
have
question are we on?
3 left. So we are on. We're about to do 10, I guess. Bukayo Saka became the first player since Thierry Henry to do what against Man United this season?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Bukayo Saka became the first player since Thierry Henry to do what against Man United this season?
Bang. Is it score home and away?
Incorrect.
Did he score?
He did score in both fixtures this season.
Oh.
He did score in both fixtures.
What did he do? What did he do?
No more words.
The first
No more
Arsenal
words
player
from
since
you.
Thierry Henry to do this.
No more words.
I don't know.
I know.
Do you know it?
Yeah.
I haven't got a clue.
You gonna pass?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can I guess? I don't want
Is
to
it-
get a point.
okay.
Is it score from the penalty spot? I don't know.
I mean, he didn't score a
didn't
penalty
score,
against
no.
you. He scored a penalty.
And Aubameyang did that.
Is it assist? I don't know.
No. He's very close though, because he said a penalty. You're both close. If you combine the two of them, he did score a penalty. He scored it last season. As a result, he's the first player since Henry to score in 3 consecutive games against Man United.
Yes, I know. Yes.
It does use last season as well.
How many questions
Damn.
we got left?
We got 2.
2 left, and it's including
Which-
a bonus. 2 including a bonus.
The next one, I'm going to say this is the final question, and the next one is the bonus,
bonus, okay.
because it is a closest to,
Okay, right.
and not a big number.
Is it one of those mathematical questions?
Closest to that he's
Which-
the mark of them.
Player this Premier League season received the most red cards? Yeah?
Wait, haven't you already done this question?
No, which player?
Oh, I don't know, Mitrovic.
Incorrect.
Get in.
I don't think Mitrovic got sent.
Thought you'd have
Nah,
that.
did Mitrovic get sent off? I think he probably did.
He got sent off in the FA Cup.
Nah, it doesn't count though.
I'm pretty clueless.
Yeah?
Yeah, I am. So I'm just going to go with Bang Casemiro.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
No player got more than one other than Casemiro. He's the only player who got 2 suspensions this season.
But
Casemiro
he didn't
has.
get a red card though, did he?
One of his suspensions was a red card, one of them was too many yellows.
Yeah, he didn't get a red card.
He got a straight red against Palace, and he also got a red card against Southampton. No, didn't it? No, I swear, no. It said it's on the quiz. It was 2 red cards.
Okay.
Do you want me to? I'll look it up.
I thought he's only had 2 suspensions and one was too many yellow cards.
No, because that was 1 game. He got 7 game suspension overall. So there was another. I don't know where the other one was, but okay. Okay, can we just cut here?
Yeah, maybe you're probably right, but
If I just go on the Premier League app,
I did think that it was.
season stats.
I thought he had 2 suspensions.
Players. I don't know. Okay, I'm struggling now.
There should be a red card part of the Premier League app on stats.
Premier League player stats.
Maybe
red
I'm
card.
wrong, but
Yep. Only one player got 2 red cards, and it is Casemiro. And joint second, is Tyler Adams, Baptiste, anyone who got 1, basically. So yeah, we have checked it. Casemiro did get 2 red cards. He's the only player who got 2 red cards this season, meaning he has the most red cards this season.
So I win?
yep.
Yep. I thought you'd win because it was Casemiro, and you would just go, yeah, Casemiro. But then you went Mitrovic, who I don't think Casemiro has. I don't think he has 1.
Because I genuinely thought Casemiro only had 2 suspensions and one was the yellow cards and one was.
It's
a red
7 games overall, and he got 1 game missed for the yellow card, and then I don't know where the other one was. It happened somewhere, didn't it? I mean, he got the red card against Southampton. We know
What's the
that.
final question?
card. Yeah, what is the final question?
The final question. Okay.
Also, this wasn't originally a bonus question, so you could just.
Joe, what?
I'm joking. You don't have to. I don't care.
mind.
I really don't care.
Are you saying you're open for there being a draw?
I am.
No draws allowed.
No draws allowed.
All right, if it goes to draw, we go rock, paper, scissors.
No, he's got to come up with a bonus question.
Okay, so on the final day, Leicester needed a win and Everton to drop points to stay in the league. And for a certain amount of time, Leicester were winning and Everton were drawing 0-0 to Bournemouth.
Yep.
For how many in-game minutes were Leicester staying up?
Repeat the question.
God, right.
On the final day, Leicester needed to win and have Everton avoid victory to stay up.
Yeah.
Leicester, for a certain amount of time, were winning against West Ham, while Everton didn't have a goal. Obviously, they did end up getting a goal, but until basically you need to tell me for exactly how many in-game minutes were there in between Leicester taking the lead and Everton taking the
And we're
lead.
going
How long were Everton down for?
Should we text you?
No.
Yeah, but we're doing who's closest.
You are doing this closest.
So yeah, I
but
don't want
like-
to text them. Just text them.
You know this is a lot smaller than the usual numbers. It's not like 5,000. It is a number smaller than 90,
Yeah.
realistically.
I'm going to message Isaac, my guess.
You're going to message me. Is this on Snapchat or
Oh yeah,
text?
I haven't looked at any.
Joe, you could just show me. You could just.
Oh, I've messaged you. I've gone straight onto Snapchat. I haven't looked at anything. So
Okay. That's yours.
Can I say
You
mine?
you can just say it 'cause you haven't seen it. Yeah.
Um,
How many minutes? What?
I think Leicester scored in the first half, and I don't think Everton scored till late in the second. I'm going to go for 32.
That is lower than Ashley's. Ashley's is 40. I can tell you.
How close?
Harvey Barnes scored in the 34th minute,
Yeah.
and Abdoulaye Doucouré scored in.
He scored really late on,
Yeah,
actually.
that's what
He was
I've won.
really late. Yeah, you've won.
It's not late. He scored in the 57th. There were 23 minutes between the goals.
He's done it.
That's a draw. Which means I now have to think of another bonus question. Let's cut here.
I thought they scored late.
Just because the game went on really long.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go on to that. I'm going on to that bloody.
And they made such a massive deal out of the fact that Doucouré scored.
Yeah.
I'm going on to another one. On to another here. Okay.
Which Arsenal player?
Yeah.
Which Man United player?
Okay. I've got the question here. And again,
quick.
it's closest to.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
This is a bigger number.
How many minutes were played?
What
this
was the average attendance at Premier League games this season?
Specialty.
average attendance.
Average attendance.
That's a little bit harder than your special. Your
No,
specialty.
I've got it in the locker. Average attendance.
Do you want to text me again?
Yeah, I will.
What?
I'll take it, mate.
It's just
Your
determined
thing.
Can I use a calculator?
what.
No.
It's not allowed.
Give me one. I'm giving
Still
you.
estimating.
Screw it.
I'll do it in my head.
Alright,
Yeah, do it in your
no,
head,
but like,
mate.
he's not using a calculator.
I'm just trying to think, right? How big? What is the average
Say the
stadium
question again.
capacity?
Say the question again.
Average attendance.
What was the average attendance of Premier League games this season? I've got the answer here.
How big
just
is the Emirates?
No, we can't.
can't give numbers.
Can't
You
do
just
that.
got to know that.
'Cause then it just
What I will
has to-
tell
Just
you,
gotta know that.
avoiding numbers, the biggest crowd was for Man United's win over City this season, and the smallest was for Bournemouth's home defeat to Crystal Palace. Not going to give you no numbers of either of them, because it's probably around the middle between those two.
Yeah, but
Pretty much.
do you want me to text him? I think I've got mine about.
You got yours. Oh, I thought you texted me, but it's actually just an alert about Zlatan getting retired.
Let's think about this.
I'm giving you
I'm-
20 seconds.
I can't even think what the average stadium capacity in the league could be.
You imbecile.
Because the range between like,
Yeah,
I'll be
between
honest,
Bournemouth
those
and
two
Man
clubs that I've
United.
said are the bottom and highest
Yeah,
attendance.
exactly.
Not attendance, but bottom and highest capacity.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
texted you.
Bournemouth and like Man United, Bournemouth and Arsenal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna go.
He's got his answer.
I'm gonna go for 58,264. I don't know.
That is way too high. That is way too high.
There's only like.
There's like, think how many stadiums have over 50,000?
I
Like
just
four stadiums.
I don't know the stadium capacity
Okay, well-
of every stadium.
Okay,
you know
well,
what I mean?
it's
You know the big ones.
the only stadiums which have a really big capacity are basically United, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Tottenham, and then maybe Villa and Newcastle as well. And then the rest are around 30.
Yeah, but Villa and
Or
Newcastle
below.
touch 50.
No, there's no way the rest are around 30.
Yeah.
There's no way.
St Mary's
How much
around
do you
30.
Brighton?
Amex is around 30. A
I
little bit
know, I
lower.
know Brighton is around 35-ish. I thought
Brentford's not that big.
I thought that
Forest?
the average capacity for stadiums is about 42,000, if that. And
Did
then,
you just say the average capacity is 40,000?
No, the average capacity is about
If you think the average
45,
capacity, how they
50.
filled it's 58.
45, 50. You know what I mean? No, I didn't say 50. I said 54.
It's still bigger than
Oh,
what you think the average capacity is.
No, but
Okay,
I mean,
anyway.
with that into
What's-
account.
what's the
Anyway, look.
So the average capacity is 54, yeah. But Man United are going to sell more tickets than Brentford on most games. Arsenal are going to sell more tickets than Brentford. City
Yeah,
are,
but- yeah, but when you
Liverpool
think
are.
about it-
So naturally,
Anyway-
that just
Hang
puts
on,
the
hang
total
on.
higher.
Yeah, but
And
if the average capacity.
I still
is
haven't said if you're
54,
right.
Like not all games get sold out, so it's going to drop below
But,
that figure.
you know,
Anyway.
it's just a guess. You know what I mean?
Ashley is right. He is very close. He texted me 36,000. The answer was, if I get the exact number here, I'm on Snapchat. Whoops, it is 40,232. The biggest attendance was Man United v Man City, which was 75,546, and the smallest was Bournemouth's loss to Palace, which was 9,972. And in between are roughly 10,000, roughly 70,000. is around 40. So yeah,
There you go.
if you gave those numbers, that would have helped.
Well done. That's the quiz.
Yeah,
The posh hands,
yeah. I gave Jordan a little bit of a chance late on, and I made up a new question off the spot, but you won. You actually got close. Fair play. That is down to me basically giving you a question because you asked for it early on, but
I think we should wrap up the episode now.
I think we should wrap up the episode. Anyway, it's been nice. The season's pretty much over. City are going to win the treble. Everything's depressing, but you know, let's all speak Italian for a week and hope that Dzeko can do a job on us. But anyway, this has been the Footballing Question, and yeah,
See you later.
see you later.